Today we're going to be going over Keeper and Me by Richard Wagamese. Keeper and Me by Richard Wagamese is a very stunning and heartfelt book. It follows Garnet Raven, an indigenous man, from his young life to his adult life. And at the beginning of this book, he is apprehended and taken from his Ojibwe community into foster homes. And from there he bounces from home to home with each home not feeling quite like home. And eventually in his mid-teens, Garnet ends up leaving. He ends up leaving and going to the streets and drifting along the streets. Exposed to the harsh elements of the streets, he ends up in jail because of those harsh elements. And while he's in jail, he receives unexpected letters from his long distance native family that he hasn't been in contact for years because of being in the foster care system. So, obviously shocked and stunned, he hesitates on whether or not to speak back to them or even go back to them, because the family wants him to come back home. They want them all to connect together and, just be a family. But, it's hard for him because he doesn't feel like he's in one place or the other. He kind of feels like he has no sense of identity. So it's kind of hard for him to figure out whether he wants to or not. But eventually Garnet ends up going back to the community. And in the community, he ends up feeling loved. He hasn't felt loved like that in a long time, so he feels loved, and with being feel loved, he heals. He heals culturally, spiritually, and even finds a sense of identity. So it's a healing journey, This is just a great book, honestly. If you want authentic indigenous stories, this book is to go, and it's the perfect. For the TRC Act, this book is perfect. The Truth and Reconciliation Act, this book is perfect to incorporate, because any person who's non-Indigenous and reading this book, that means they're contributing to the TRC Act, which is very important, which we are trying to do today. And this book just skims upon a bunch of themes such as the 60 scoop and the effects that come with it. And this is just a book I would definitely recommend if you want to learn about an indigenous story. It has a lot of humor too, which is a part of the indigenous culture. We use humor in everything, even though it's pretty, the situation is pretty harsh, but it's just a great book, and I highly recommend this book. And other than that, have a great day and enjoy this book if you read it.